Just right up there in the center of the frame. Big set of stairs going down. Found a Weta motel, so you can see there's some Wetas in there. So it looks like there's a lot of stream crossings. Picked up some chocolate chip cookies, cinnamon roll. Hi, welcome back. In this episode, we head over to Petone to check out a cafe. We're also going to head over to Eastbourne to check out a bakery. But before we do that, I wanted to do a hike around Kapiti. So let's go. Alright, so this is Whareroa Farm, and it's along the Kapiti coast, and there's a bunch of hiking trails. So we're here in the parking lot, and what I'm going to try to do is go up to this lookout point, and then I'm going to loop back around this way. This is a dock area, and you can see the hiking trails around here. It says this is actually a working farm, so you might encounter farm animals and machinery at any time. Looks like this is a popular spot for mountain biking as well. And there's a bunch of Weta motels, wooden pencil boxes to look out for. And some more signage, old map, some of the animals and plants, and some historical information here. So this area is right across from Queen Elizabeth Park. So if you're in the area, it's just across the road. So it looks like this is, these are toilets, but they're out of order right now. And the sign said, just go across and use the facilities at Queen Elizabeth Park. And that's probably like a 2-minute drive from here. It's literally under the overpass. So it's a bit breezy today, but I'm gonna be heading up to the hills up that way. I think you can see some people up there already. Just right up there in the center of the frame. This is a nice area too to bring a lunch. There's some picnic benches. Oh yeah, nice grassy areas. It is a bit breezy today, but these small areas seem to be pretty sheltered. It's a nice little spot. And you can hear there's a stream over here too. Here we go, through the plants. Oh, there's a sign right here. Types of butterflies you'll see. Common native New Zealand butterflies. Crossing over the river. Water is very clear. Over on this side. So you can probably hear the wind, but on the trail right here, this path, it's not too windy. I think it's kind of being blocked by the plants and the hills. All right, so it's about a 10-minute walk to do the coastal lookout. Starting to get higher up. You can see the farmland over this way. There's a lot of sheep out right now. Just over that way, that's the Queen Elizabeth Park entrance. And if you need toilets, that's where you would go. There's a road that goes underneath the freeway. The ascent is somewhat steep, but not too bad. I think once you go high enough, it flattens out. And maybe not, it just keeps going. Pretty steep. Thighs are burning. Might be a good morning workout spot. You do some trail running. Coastal lookout, 2-minute walk over this way. Western Hills track. And then back that way is a parking lot. I think after we do the lookout, we'll come back here and do the Forest Loop walk, which is a 30-minute walk, loop to the car park. Some tuies in the trees up there. 2 of them. Nice. Whew. Yeah. A lot of gnats. Yeah. Just up ahead up here is the lookout point. All right, that was a really good view. It's very windy up there today, but the view is very expansive. You can see down the coast, you can see the ocean, and the view of the hills is really nice too. Here, these are the gnats that are flying around. I don't know if you can see them. It's a cloud of them. Gnat cloud. Yeesh. All right, let's head back to the loop and do the loop track. It's about a 30-minute walk. Oh, we got a fantail up here. What we got? So the birds I definitely see along these trails are tuies and fantails. It's a very consistent 2 birds that you find throughout Kapiti. Looks like we're entering more of a canopied forest. I'm hoping that this is mostly downhill now. We'll see, I guess. Big set of stairs going down. Right now, though, I don't feel any wind just because we're on the backside of this hill. And I think the wind is coming from northwest. So this is being blocked. It's actually really nice. This forest is pretty amazing. Look at these trees. They also have some benches up here, just off the trail. A nice little canopied area to have lunch. A lot of these smaller trees growing out right here. You can see a whole bunch more that way. They have signage that's sort of off trail over here. Oh, this one's talking about fungi and the ones you can look for in this area. I'm going to see if I can find any. Oh, here's another type of fungus, woodier fungus. I found a Weta motel, so you can see there's some Wetas in there. Giant ones, look at that. They got a big spider too, yeah. Alright, leave these guys alone. This is a neat little area, just kind of exploring and looking for mushrooms just to film them, but I haven't seen any yet. Maybe it's not the right time of year. Also, you get these trees. Look at this one. It's so weird looking. It's sort of like twisted on itself. Alright, let's head back over here. The main trail, looks like. Ah, some more information right here. Oh, you get velvet worms around here. Wow. Here's another Weta motel. Let's go take a look real quick. Oh yeah. Some Wetas in there. Wow, look at these. 3 in this one down here. Huge. Just for a comparison, this is like my hand size. So you can kind of see how big these ones are. Can't really see their whole bodies because they're kind of scrunched up there. Alright, close that. Oh, and you get tunnel web spiders around here too. This is information about the Weta motels. And they kind of look like this. Alright, so didn't see any fungi, but found a bunch of Weta motels with Weta in them. Pretty cool. Alright, let's keep going along the trail. So I'm looking in spots like this for any fungi, but I'm not seeing any. Looks like the canopy is changing right now. And we have a river crossing. Alright, let's try it out. Oh, slippery for sure. Oh, did I get water in my boot? And no water in there, lucky. All right, we're back out in the open. So it looks like there's a lot of stream crossings on these trails, at least in the lower parts. So you definitely want to bring the right shoes. So you have toilets over here. Little hub over here, the hub. But it looks like there's just a bunch of info and a good spot to have lunch. A lot of seating. And then you have this building. Let's go see what's inside. So a little spot to get out of the wind. All right, so it looks like this part just loops back along the farmland back to the parking lot. Let's just go over these steps and kind of go and see what this direction has. Some sheep over here. So it looks like this way just goes off onto another trail. And so it's getting very windy now out in the open. So I'm walking backwards just so I can talk into the mic. Concrete pillars. These were for sewage lines when the military was camped here back during World War II. There's a signboard right here. All right, so we're back on the start of the trail and we're heading back to the parking lot. So that was the lookout point and the loop walk, the forest loop walk. Pretty easy walk. Takes about 30 to 40 minutes, and the first part is a bit steep to the lookout point, but after that it's downhill and then flat. There are some zones where you're going to need to cross, well, one zone that you need to cross the river, and depending on the height of the river, you might need waterproof shoes or maybe take your shoes off to cross it. That's a quick look at Whareroa Farms. If you're passing by, it might be a nice place to stop, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a nice 30 to 40 minute walk. So this is Hayward's Pass, and it connects Kapiti Coast to Lower Hutt. So because it's spring, it is looking very lush today. was the House of Good Fortune in Petone. So next stop is Eastbourne. We're gonna go check out a bakery. Let's go. Before heading to Eastbourne, we're just gonna walk around Petone, check out a few shops. This one caught my eye.
Oh, that's quite cute.
There's a hat shop right here. So if you've seen my episode in Petone, you'll know that this area has a lot of food places and a lot of boutique type shops. Looks like a neat little pizza place on the corner right there. Just a quick loop around Petone. Got to get back to our parking spot. Have about 10 minutes left. Some nice looking bakeries. A lot of places I want to come back and check out. Some cool furniture here. This furniture shop. A Turkish restaurant here. Looks pretty good. A lot of cool looking coffee shops. Alright, so that was a quick stop in Petone to check out some shops. And now we're going to head over to Eastbourne. So right now there's a lot of construction along this road. What they're doing is they're building up the seawall and also creating a bike path. So it's looking a bit windy out there today. I imagine when we get to Eastbourne, it's also going to feel pretty windy, maybe a bit cold. There seems to be a lot of traffic to get to Eastbourne. So this area here is Days Bay. It's also where you can catch a ferry to Wellington. So this is the Eastbourne area. Gonna go check out a bakery. Alright, so picked up a few things and we're gonna go walk down to the waterfront to try them out. We're gonna try to find a non-windy spot. Alright, found a bench here, blocked from the wind. So picked up some chocolate chip cookies. It's very nicely packaged. So these were 14 New Zealand dollars. All right, here we go, taste test. Yeah, pretty good. And crunchy, very crunchy. All right, the second item we picked up was this cinnamon roll. It's a good balance between soft on the inside and a little bit crunchy on the outside. Just realized this reminds me of a churro. Just go look around Eastbourne shops. We have a library right here. And coffee shops, ice cream shops. They have a bunch of these mosaics around the sidewalks, which are pretty cool. Looks like this is a historic type building right here. So here's another example of a mosaic. A grocery store over here. Fresh veggies and fruits. Alright, so let's head down over here, which is the pier. It's going to be a bit windy, so hopefully it's not too noisy in the mic. Alright, it's very windy. My hat's trying to blow away. And you can just see the city in the distance. So over this way is Breaker Bay and Petone, which if you haven't seen my other video, go check that out. And you can see Wellington way across the harbor over there. And we have Soames Island as well. And then looking up the coast, you can see Days Bay, the pier that we passed by earlier. You can see it's pretty rough right now. Oh, it's very rocky. So more stones and rocks as opposed to fine sand. So that is Eastbourne. It's a great little place to come for the day. There are ice cream shops, bakeries, and a few boutique shops. And there's also a bunch of cafes, there's public restrooms, a playground, and you have the beach right there. Just outside the city center in Eastbourne, you have these nice fields, grassy fields. And I just wanted to head over and check out the dunes back beyond this gate. Alright, so very windy down there today. So I'm gonna head back to get out of the wind. So this is Days Bay. So just gonna walk over here to check this area out. So it seems like this spot's a bit more sheltered, not as windy as Eastbourne. But you can see across there is a pier, field area here, and there's a cafe as well. This is a spot to catch the ferry that goes into the city. And you can see it right there. It's a good spot for swimming and hanging out on the beach, especially when it's warm. So compared to Eastbourne, it's way less rocky. And you can see the sand is pretty fine. Alright, so that wraps up this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me for the day, and hope to see you next time. Alright, bye.